Welcome to this captivating journey into the world of Lego. Titled, Lego Building, a Global Phenomenon? You are about to discover how a small Danish workshop transformed into a global icon through innovation and resilience. As the story unfolds, expect to encounter advanced vocabulary and intriguing grammatical structures, each briefly explained to enrich your understanding. Join us as we explore the themes of creativity and legacy, narrated with an inspirational and informative tone. Get ready to delve into the fascinating history behind Lego's success and learn how it continues to captivate imaginations worldwide. In the heart of 1930s Billund, where the air bore the salubrious breeze, meaning health-giving of rural Denmark, old Kurt Christiansen stood amidst the familiar cacophony of clanking tools. The small confines of his workshop were saturated with the scent of fresh wood, a comforting aroma that spoke of endless possibilities yet tinged with the weight of economic hardships. The Great Depression had cast its shadow, demanding resilience from those who dared to dream. Ole, a man of rugged determination, had been grappling with these challenges for some time. The decision to pivot his focus towards creating wooden toys was not one made lightly. Quality and durability, he believed, were the cornerstones of any successful endeavor, meaning effort. Even as he worked, the palpable tension, meaning tangible, of financial uncertainty pressed against him, a constant reminder of the precariousness of his venture. His workshop, though modest, became a sanctuary of sorts, a hub of community spirit where the warmth of asterisk camaraderie, meaning friendship, could contrast the cold economic climate outside. Neighbors often stopped by, sharing stories, their laughter mingling with the rhythmic sound of Ole's handiwork. Here, within these walls, was a microcosm of hope, a collective belief that even in the darkest times, something beautiful could be crafted. Ole's meticulous, meaning careful, approach to craftsmanship was evident in each toy he produced. Every carved block, every painted surface was a testament to his unwavering standards. The toys were not merely objects, they were vessels of joy, promises of play and innocence that transcended the dire straits of the era. Setbacks were inevitable. Material shortages plagued his efforts, each missing piece a minor catastrophe in a sequence of grand ambitions. Yet, Ole remained resilient, driven by an unyielding resolve to innovate and improve. He had been working tirelessly. Past perfect continuous for background. Had plus been plus present participle. His mind ceaselessly concocting methods to enhance his creations. His eyes, though often weary, never lost their spark, an echo of his inner conviction. Local traders, intrigued by his tenacity, engaged in discussions that revealed more than just business interests. Ole's belief in the potential of his toys was evident, though it was often tempered by an undercurrent of doubt. Never had he doubted. Inversion for emphasis, auxiliary plus subject plus past participle. The joy these toys could bring, he would say, yet in the solitude of night he couldn't shake the fear of failure that haunted him. These conversations with traders were lively and filled with the pragmatic realism that the times demanded. Your toys, Ole, they have something. Ewing, one trader noted, interpreting the Danish word for lasting that Ole so frequently used. It was true. There was a timeless quality to his work, a reflection of his own spirit. As Ole labored on, a subtle transformation began to occur. His toys, simple yet robust, started to capture the imagination of children and parents alike. Each piece crafted was not just a product, but a pioneering step towards a legacy he could scarcely envision yet. In the quiet moments of the evening, as the last rays of sun filtered through the workshop window, Ole would sit back, his hands stained with the evidence of the day's toil. Somewhere within him simmered a burgeoning hope, a notion that perhaps, just perhaps, he could weather the economic storms. His toys carried not just his name, but a promise of resilience in every meticulously carved line. The future remained uncertain, the challenges formidable, yet in each scrape of the chisel, in every grain of wood, lay a whisper of promise. A subtle hint that this was but the beginning of a much larger story. In the dimly lit workshop, cluttered with vibrant piles of plastic. Gottfried Kirk Christensen stood amid a creative chaos that only he could decipher. Bright hues, reds, blues, and yellows were scattered across every surface, each piece a small part of his grand vision. The smell of melting plastic filled the air, a sharp, almost acrid scent that clashed with the chill of the Danish winter seeping through the walls. Gottfried surveyed the scene like a maestro contemplating his orchestra. He envisioned a cohesive, meaning unity, toy system, where each piece clicked into the next, offering limitless possibilities. This vision was not just about toys. It was a promise of creativity and ingenuity that could transcend generations. Gottfried called a voice from the doorway. It was his colleague, Jens, wrapped in a heavy coat, skepticism etched on his face. "These new bricks of yours, will they really be any different from what's already out there?" Gottfried, undeterred by the doubt, picked up 2 interlocking bricks, their simplicity belying their revolutionary potential. "These bricks," he began, holding them aloft, "are not just toys. They are a gateway to imagination. You can build anything, a house, a castle, even an entire city. It's endless creativity in the palm of your hand." Jens frowned, unconvinced. "But why would people choose these over what they already know?" "Because," Gottfried replied confidently, "the world craves innovation, to see beyond the familiar. These bricks are more than playthings. They are building blocks for ideas." A gust of wind rattled the window panes, reminding them of the cold world outside. Yet within the workshop, the warmth of possibility blazed brightly. Shifting to the bustling trade fair, Gottfried found himself surrounded by the cacophony, meaning loud noise, of voices and clattering footsteps. The exhibition hall was a labyrinth of sound, an overwhelming backdrop for any presenter. Yet here, amid the chaos, Gottfried stood ready to unveil his father's legacy, now interwoven with his own dreams. "Welcome," he greeted the crowd, his voice cutting through the noise with practiced ease. Before him were buyers and traders, each assessing the potential of what lay on the tables. "These bricks," he gestured to the colorful arrays, "offer a flexibility that challenges the limits of conventional play." A curious buyer stepped forward, examining the smooth, interlocking design. "How are these different?" he asked, echoing Jens's earlier doubt. So innovative was his concept that it caught attention worldwide. Gottfried replied, his eyes gleaming with determination. "This is a system, a toy that grows with the child, offering new challenges and creative outlets at every stage." Despite lingering skepticism, Gottfried's resolve was unyielding. He drew strength from the memory of his father, Olker Christensen, the founder who had built a foundation of innovation intertwined, meaning linked, with tradition. This was not just a business, it was a legacy of resilience and creativity. Had he faltered, the dream might have vanished. Gottfried mused quietly, acknowledging how fragile such dreams could be. Past perfect, subjunctive for hypothetical past. Yet here he stood, at the cusp of transforming those dreams into reality. As the fair continued, Gottfried engaged with potential partners, each conversation a chance to ignite their imagination. He spoke of the bricks, cohesion, and their ability to foster a community of builders, where each creation inspired the next. By the end of the day, the skepticism began to wane, replaced by a glimmer of intrigue. Gottfried knew that this was only the beginning. The world was vast, and the path forward was uncertain. Yet, step by step, brick by brick, he was building something enduring. As the exhibition hall emptied and the noise receded into silence, Gottfried stood alone, reflecting on the day's endeavor. The potential of his vision shimmered in the quiet, promising endless horizons. With a profound sense of purpose, he gathered his materials, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. The dream had taken root, and soon others too would see the world through the eyes of a child, with wonder, curiosity, and the boundless freedom to create. The workshop buzzed with activity, a symphony of hammers and saws serenading Ole Kirk Christensen as he surveyed his domain. The scent of freshly cut wood mingled with varnish, creating an atmosphere that was both invigorating and nostalgic. Ole, determined and paternal, allowed himself a moment of reflection. Here, in this lively cocoon, he had crafted not just toys, but dreams. Each piece of wood seemed to whisper stories of resilience and creativity, a testament to his life's work. Elsewhere, in the sleek confines of a modern boardroom, Gottfried Kirk Christensen deliberated over plans laid out before him. His voice, analytical and forward-thinking, resonated with cautious innovation as he spoke. The conversation pivoted on expansion strategies, a delicate dance between tradition and avant-garde, meaning innovative and forward-thinking concepts. Gottfried's mind was a whirlwind of possibilities. Yet, he was acutely aware of the gravity of straying too far from the values his father had instilled. How do we balance this? He mused aloud, the weight of legacy and progress equally pressing upon his shoulders. Across the table, advisors exchanged glances, the tension palpable. The discourse was rich with ideas, teetering between preserving the foundational ethos and embracing the new. The avant-garde holds promise, an advisor pointed out, echoing Gottfried's own internal conflict. But the specter of risk loomed large, a shadow over the gleaming potential of innovation. As Lego ventured into diverse markets, cultural challenges surfaced like waves against a steadfast ship. The streets of bustling cities, alive with the scent of unfamiliar foods and the vibrant tapestry of foreign tongues, underscored the complexities awaiting them. It was here, amidst the cacophony of new experiences, that the versatility, meaning adaptability, of Lego bricks shone. Their tactile appeal, a universal language, transcended barriers as fingers around the world delighted in their potential. Gottfried's inner dialogue was a reflection of his hesitations. Could they hold fast to their core values while navigating these uncharted territories? This thematic tension drove him, the visionary yet cautious innovator, as he pondered the path forward. The boardroom faded, replaced by visions of global offices where local customs and languages presented both obstacles and opportunities. In these new landscapes, Lego's international community burgeoned, supported by localized initiatives that championed creativity. It was a sprawling mosaic of ideas, each piece contributing to the whole. Community events sprouted in city squares, and the shared love for creation ignited connections across continents. As Gottfried observed the company's evolution, the present perfect continuous underscored Lego's ongoing journey to remain relevant and cherished. In every corner of the globe, from the bustling streets of Tokyo to the vibrant markets of Rio, Lego was a constant, a beacon of ingenuity and play. The future was uncertain, yet exhilarating. Gottfried knew the challenges they faced were daunting, but they were also opportunities cloaked in the guise of obstacles. There was no denying the excitement that tingled in the air, a testament to the potential that lay ahead. And as he stood on the precipice of innovation, a thought lingered, a hook pulling him forward. What if the greatest creations were yet to come? Jörgen Vigknudstorp stood in the center of the Lego headquarters, the air thick with a tension that seemed almost tangible. He was about to present his plan to tackle the company's declining sales, a plan that needed to be as charismatic and convincing as he had ever been. The board members sat around the long table, their eyes trained on him, their faces a mix of apprehension and expectation. "Ladies and gentlemen," he began, his voice calm yet forceful. Never before had Lego faced such a crisis. Inversion for emphasis, auxiliary plus subject plus past participle. He paused, letting the words sink in. The room was silent, save for the soft rustle of papers and the creak of leather chairs as people shifted in their seats. Jörgen outlined his vision with precision, detailing bold reforms and innovative cost-cutting strategies. His eyes swept across the room, gauging reactions, while emphasizing the theme of asterisk resilience, meaning toughness. He knew that to weather the storm, the company had to focus on its core strengths, creativity and innovation. Outside the boardroom, the vivacious colors of Lego blocks, meaning lively, were visible through the large glass windows. It was a vivid reminder of the company's potential for reinvention. The blocks seemed to wink back at him, as if cheering him on. Jorgen shifted gears, highlighting creativity as the cornerstone of the new direction. "It is crucial that we inspire confidence," he asserted, tapping into the subjunctive mood for emphasis. Subjunctive mood. It is crucial that... His voice was imbued with hope, a beacon in the dimly lit room. The boardroom itself was stark and austere, its lighting casting stark contrasts, much like the vibrant ideas he proposed. These ideas were intended to breathe new life into Lego's brand, to make it once again synonymous with innovation and creativity. As the meeting drew to a close, Jorgen could sense a shift in the room. His vision had galvanized the company's leadership, aligning their goals with contemporary consumer interests. There was a renewed energy among them, a readiness to embrace the challenges ahead. Jorgen lingered for a moment after the others had left, standing by the window. He contemplated the metamorphosis, meaning transformation, that he hoped to achieve for Lego. The view outside was expansive, the Danish landscape merging seamlessly into the horizon. In that moment, he felt a profound connection to the legacy of the company, a legacy he was determined to uphold. Yet beneath the resolve, a flicker of doubt remained, a whisper of uncertainty about the road ahead. But he knew that with resilience and creativity, Lego could indeed reinvent itself. And with that thought, he turned away from the window, ready to lead the company into a new era. In the bustling markets of the world, the vibrant colors of Lego bricks formed a tapestry of creativity, a language understood by children and adults alike. From the crowded streets of Tokyo to the resplendent, meaning glorious plazas in Brazil, the bricks reverberated, meaning echoed, with the laughter and creativity they inspired. Such was the global reach of Lego, that these simple interlocking pieces had become symbols of universal appeal and endless possibility. Ole Kirk Christensen stood at the edge of a sprawling factory in Billund, Denmark, the birthplace of his dream. His eyes, though aged, twinkled with a nostalgic, meaning sentimental, gleam as he surveyed the scene. How far they had come, from humble beginnings to a world-renowned empire. The factory hummed with a rhythm he had orchestrated from the start, each piece of machinery a note in his lifelong symphony. He felt the weight of every decision, every failure and triumph in the enduring, meaning lasting, legacy of Lego. There were moments when he feared it might all crumble, yet here it stood, a testament to resilience and innovation. Beside him, Gottfried Kirk Christensen analyzed the expansion with a keen eye. "It's remarkable, Father," he noted, his voice both analytical and forward-thinking. "The challenges in the global markets are vast, and yet we've managed to overcome them." His mind drifted to the intricate logistics of distribution, the hurdles of introducing Lego to new cultures, and the satisfaction of seeing it embraced. "But to grow further," he continued, "we must adapt while respecting what brought us here." His words carried the weight of responsibility, a vision tempered by cautious optimism. As they walked through the factory, the sounds of children at play reached them. In a nearby educational center, children eagerly assembled bricks into castles and spaceships, their imaginations fueled by the limitless potential of Lego. This was Ole's vision in action, toys that not only entertained but educated, fostering creativity and problem-solving. The children's laughter was a melody of hope for the future, each brick a building block of their burgeoning minds. The cultural impact of Lego extended beyond education into the halls of museums, where exhibits displayed the artistry of its construction. Visitors, young and old, moved through the galleries with hushed awe, marveling at the vanguard, meaning forefront, of design and innovation. Each exhibit was a testament to the enduring power of a simple idea, one that had grown to capture the collective imagination of millions. In a quiet office overlooking the factory, Jorgen Vig Knudstorp contemplated the future. The task of maintaining Lego's relevance in an ever-evolving market loomed large. "The legacy we uphold is profound," he mused, his demeanor both charismatic and strategic. Yet we must innovate, lest we fall behind. His thoughts turned to the shifting landscape of consumer interests, the digital age encroaching upon traditional play. The challenge was to harness this change, to integrate technology without losing the tactile joy of the bricks. To stay at the vanguard, Jorgen concluded, we must balance tradition with innovation, ensuring our relevance endures. His ambition was clear, yet his reflection acknowledged the complexity of the task before him. The future beckoned with both promise and uncertainty, but Jorgen, like Ole and Gottfried, was undeterred. As they each pondered the path ahead, the factory continued its ceaseless production, a beacon of creativity in a world hungry for innovation. Yet, in the back of their minds lingered a question. Could they sustain this legacy, adapting to new eras without losing the essence of what made LEGO extraordinary? The answer, they knew, lay just beyond the horizon, a subtle hook that compelled them forward, ready to shape the future, one brick at a time. Thanks for tuning in to the English Frequency Podcast. We're glad to be part of your English learning journey, from beginner to advanced. If you enjoyed this episode, subscribe, share, and leave a review. Keep practicing, stay motivated, and see you in the next episode.